Alright, I've been asked to revisit this by so many people, and I know it's a little late for my area. Leaves are done, but for a lot of areas it's not. So what I'm going to show in this video is how I made this tarp, and real simple. I don't remember the exact size of the tarp I get, but if you go back and find this video, homemade leaf bagging tarp, I believe it's called, you will see I show the exact measurements in there of what the tarp is. But you'll see me making this tarp, putting the zip ties in it, just poking a hole through. All I used was a razor knife and I poked a hole through. You can use a screwdriver or a pick, whatever you want, I guess. Some people have gotten back to me on this video and told me they used the thing to punch the little eyelets in there, and that seems to hold up longer. I've always gotten 2-3 years out of each one I made, and I think total cost by the time you're done is like 25 bucks or something. You know, it's cheap, and for what it does, it you know, it allows you to bag a lot more leaves a lot longer if all you have is a grass catcher, accelerator, whatever, like I run on the side of that mower. It allows you to go a lot longer. I didn't use it this year just because space on a trailer, and I only had so much room when Ryan and I were doing the cleanups and what we had to do. But you know, you can see me putting in all the zip ties and cutting them all off so that they're not just hanging there, and it works really, really well. Now what I used, I don't have one with me, you'll see it here in this video. What I used initially was a one of those, you can get them at Home Depot. They're like straps you get them. I think there's orange, black, and yellow. I think I've seen them in. They're like twist ties, but they have rubber around them. And I initially used one of them, and it worked pretty well. But I end up switching to a bungee, which is what I've always used in the past. Using that zip tie like one is just something new I wanted to try, but the bungee definitely works better all the way around. It's a much better setup, and it holds the bag tighter on there and works really well. You do get a little bit of blowout, but nothing major at all. And what I've had to do in some cases, it didn't have to do, but I mean, it just works better and leaves a better end result, is when I run across it to pick up the bulk of all these leaves with this setup, once I'm done, I'll just pull that bag off and just throw the grass catcher on itself, and then just buzz over the lawn real quick with the deck down lower to get any little piece are left. And it always turned out phenomenal. It always worked really, really well. You know, it's just a good system for being able to pick up a lot of leaves in areas where you got a lot of bulk leaves and the only thing you have is a grass catcher. Now I've used this on the side of walk behind mowers with I ran with a sulky, riding it. I've used it on standers, and I've used it on sit down zero turns, all with grass catcher. So I know there's better options out there. Like for instance, I had my walker, you know, and Ryan has the Skag with the Tiger Cat, or the Skag with Tiger, the Skag Tiger Cat with the clamshell in the back. And before that, when I sold it to him, it had the just a 3-bag bag around there. I know there's better options such as that, but this is mainly for guys who don't have that equipment, don't have that option, and all you have is the grass catcher. So you got to figure out, you know, what you're going to do one way or the other, or how you're going to do it. And you know, this is just a great option, and so many people have commented back that it's worked great for them since I made this video. But I've just had a lot of requests for it lately. A lot of people have commented on these old videos saying, do you still use this? And you know, so on and so forth. I didn't this year. I may again next year, but I still have the bag, and if I need another one, I'll just make another one. It takes like 15 minutes to make it. Like I said, like 25 bucks, and it just, you know, you're done, and it just makes life a lot easier and a lot faster. Now the problem is, if you have to haul these leaves away, once it's full, lifting it up and getting it into the truck is pretty heavy. Now you see me here dumping it on the side of the road, but as a lot of you guys know, in my area, that's an option we have. Most of my properties, I can leave them right at the road, and so it makes it a lot easier. But now on this property, there was just so many leaves, and even with this setup, I would have filled it up, you know, relatively quickly. So I just went over everything and I mulched everything up first, and then threw that bag on, and went through and picked up everything that was left. And just because of mulching it up and how small and how fine they were, it did leave some left behind. So Ryan went over the first half. You see the first half in this video is clean right now. He went over the first half with the Tiger Cat, and then he went on to another part of the lawn, and I threw on this bag to pick up everything else. And then what I did after that was you know, I just carried on and kept going with this bag in there, and then threw just the grass catcher, or yeah, just the grass catcher, the accelerator on, and kept going. So it works out really well. And like I said, I'm just revisiting this because I know a lot of people have asked a lot of questions, and just a little update on it. But I encourage you to go back and watch a video where I made it and the multiple videos I made of using it.